I'm going to be installing all the appliances in this kitchen. We just barely got new cabinets, so we're installing all the appliances. First, we're going to start out with this fridge, which all you're going to need is a couple of 1/4-inch plumbing connections and a crescent wrench. Then we're going to move to the dishwasher. It's a little more involved, but you just need a drill and some 3/8-inch plumbing connections and a kit, a dishwasher install kit, I believe is what it's called. Then we're going to the microwave. You're going to need a drill, and that's pretty much it. Then we'll go drop down right here to this electric range. And on this, it's super simple too, but you just need a drill. Before we get into installing these appliances, I have a video on this flooring installation, and then I also will be posting a video on this baseboard, as well as door trim and some of the other things we have going on here, so check those out. Coming out from your drywall, it will look basically like this. On the left should be the hot line, on the right should be the cold line, and the sewer line right here that connects to your sink. If you're lucky, off of the fridge you have this 1/4-inch line that will just screw into this other 1/4-inch line that comes out of the wall. I wasn't that lucky. I had just an empty 1/4-inch line. It was cut, but there's fittings you can buy to fix that. This has a kind of a flared end that mates up with the inside of this. It screws in together, it presses it together, and it makes a watertight fit. Some of the time, they'll have you stick these brass fittings on the inside of the pipe before you slide this fitting over the outside. It's not necessarily brass, some of the time it's plastic. This other end of this fitting is made to fit on the inside of the pipe. We installed this recessed outlet that cost about like 20 bucks, and then it came with the fridge plug that we couldn't use on the recessed outlet, so we had to actually buy this extension. We got to do something a little different with that. On the back side of a dishwasher, there's only a couple of things. One is this that goes to the sewer line. Typically it'll run right into the garbage disposal, and then the water line runs from the hot water line from the wall over to here. So it's basically a hose fitting, like a garden hose fitting. There's a gasket, a rubber gasket in there, and then this will turn 90 degrees, and then it'll have a little gasket inside of there, as well as where it connects to the wall. But in a kit, you can buy for about 15 or 20 bucks. They'll have these other fittings with gaskets, included with gaskets. And then if you have just a hard line coming, like I did on the fridge, then you have a compression fitting that you can slip over the outside of that hard line. Got a hole drilled in this cabinet kind of up towards the top of it. What it is it's kind of at the very bottom of the sink. Here, I'll switch angles. So it's right at about the bottom level of this bracket, a little bit lower. But more importantly, it's right there about where the drain comes out. So on the front of this dishwasher, there is an access panel where the electrical plugs in. Typically on a new house, you would have just a regular wire, like a rough-in wire from the electrician would come up into there, and then they would hardwire this in. If you're doing it yourself, then it would be a copper wire, goes on the green, black on black, white on white. So it's pretty simple to plug in and just wiring out the whole assembly, and then you screw in the panel that goes over the top. There it is with the mounting plate up. It's just a single screw, and then after this, it's this little kick plate that slides up. These sinks come with a little piece of foil tape, and you don't want it really coming up in here because this part's going to be visible if you squat down. The granite's going to overhang, so it's going to be kind of hard to see, but you want to put this tape just right in the middle so the steam that comes up will kind of go out without soaking into the non-painted part of the wood.
Guess what? The microwave downstairs still had its on. Oh, gosh, it did.
After these two screws are in, that's the very last of it. I'm going to break this off because there's a little crease line, and I just think it'll look better. You can fold it up and then screw it into the face, but it'll be slightly visible. Double check the measurement on this bracket, so we should be good. I measured down from the top of right here because that's really where the microwave is going to butt into the cabinet, not right here. So make sure you notice that. And then I got these. I just took some measurements each way and drill down through here. I'm probably gonna have to wallow out that hole because it's really tight. But for now, I'm gonna try to struggle and get it up there. And if it's exactly perfect, then it might actually have a chance of going in this little tiny hole. The oven is gonna hook up to a 30 amp or a 50 amp, depending on what kind of oven you have, or a gas line. So I have a gas line there. The installation on this is, it really should be popping right out of the wall, somewhere different than this. This isn't really the way to do it. It was clearly relocated in the past. But here's this plug. It was originally sitting on the outside of the drywall. So I actually pulled the thing out and I sunk that back in and recessed the whole plug. The reason for that is because I wanted this to fit right up against the wall. So the long screws either need to go in the back, or if you have a stud you can screw it into, screw the long ones into the wall, because that's going to take the most lifting force because it's going to tip like this. So it's just really going to pivot right here. So it's more important to have it in the back end of things. In this case,
Yeah.
so I had to slide this way about a 1/4 inch. So in hindsight, I should have stuck one screw in and then tested it, and then I could have adjusted it. But I didn't do that. So I'm doing that now, and now it's good. Stop it, Royce! Out of focus. Hopefully this helped you save a little money on your installation. I know a typical contractor would charge like $350 if you're buying a new house for all the installation just to install it all, even though you're already paying like 400 grand for a house. So, but if you're doing it and it's a remodel, this could save you a couple $100. In my case, I would have had to bring out a plumber, I would have had to bring out an electrician, and it probably realistically saved me $1,000 doing it myself. And it's not really that big of a deal. It wasn't too hard, minimal tools, so give that a shot. Hopefully it helps you out.